You were just starting to tell me about the very beginnings of this organization. Now, every new thing gets started essentially by a mental spark. Something sparks off an idea of maybe a possibility of something that can happen. How did that come out to be?
Well, my background was most of my career I was down in Houston, and the last few years in 2007, 8, 9, 10, I think I played senior softball down there. So they had a huge senior softball league in Harris County, so my circumstances changed. I moved back home to Amarillo in 2011. Gotcha. So I started poking around, came out to the fields, and went to the city, and lo and behold, there was nobody hardly playing over 50. But the city told me, if you want to play, go put your name at their overall potluck, and maybe a manager will call you. Well, when you fill out that form, you have to put your DOB. Okay. That means date of birth.
Right.
So guess what? Nobody called.
Hey, that's why I can't do IT work anymore.
And growing up here, I figured there's got to be enough guys around 50 and over that would like to play senior softball. Different rules, different regulations. So I talked to my friend and the founder of the Lubbock Senior Softball League. I want to give a shout out to Les Clemens down there in Lubbock. So we chatted a bit, and I talked to the city parks director a little bit, a guy named Rod Tweed and another gentleman. And then we met sometime in June of 11 at Rip Griffin's
truck stop on Avenue A.
in Tulia, Texas.
Oh, in Tulia, okay.
Met in Tulia. So, and may he rest in peace.
Yes.
So we came up with a working plan on how to get the league kicked off, and the city begrudgingly agreed to lease us a field. We got some PR in the newspaper. We had some meetings of us older guys going through the rules, and we had our draft. And our first year we played half a summer, 2011, and since then we've grown from 5 teams at that point. Now we're up to 13, year number 8. So 50 and over, it's a lot of fun. It's a nice social outlet, place to come out in the summer, nice summer evenings. And we still get to compete and get to rib each other, and just good-natured competition.
All right, and it all happens at John Stiff Park in Amarillo, Texas.
In Amarillo, Texas, Tuesday nights from approximately 6:30 to 9:30 or so. Yeah.
All right, and you weren't actually one of the charter members.
No, I didn't start the first year. The second year of the league, I wasn't aware that the league had started the first year. And then I got a telephone call from a gentleman that I had coached Little League Baseball with. He had a son same age as my son, and we had coached for years. And he said, hey, come on out and play. They got a senior softball league, and that was 7 years ago. And so I've been doing it every year since then. And it's kind of funny. We're talking. I was talking to my son this week. He still plays in the city league, and they were talking about some of the age differences in their group. And I explained to them that some people don't realize, even in senior, some of these guys that are 50 that just started out, when I graduated from high school, they were only 4 years old. that I compete against in senior league. So when you say 50 and older, a lot of people don't realize what a really age disparity there is in the league. But it's like he said, it's great camaraderie, it's great fellowship, and it's a chance to compete. And we do compete seriously, but we do it seriously with fun and humor.
Well, I can understand that. Now, men's and women's softball has been in Amarillo for a long, long time. Did you play on the city leagues back then?
I played on the city leagues for quite a while. There was a time period where I took a break from playing when I was coaching my son and his teams when they were growing up and everything. But when he got out of high school and everything and he started playing, I went back and started playing city leagues and even played with my son a few years.
Wow. So, what has been your experience so far? As as we get older, sometimes things don't work as well as we would like to. Do you catch yourself? What position do you play primarily?
Well, I play everywhere, but I probably play more outfield since I've been in this league than I have any other position. And you're right, my first step isn't what it used to be. My first step now isn't even what it used to be 7 years ago.
Right. Now, playing outfield, do you still reach out there for those fly balls where you can't actually make it, but you're going to fly through there and snag that mother?
I have been known to sacrifice a little skin to try to catch a ball. I've dove for more than 1 or 2 balls in the league over the years.
All right. Well, I understand that some of the aspects of the senior level of play is a little bit different from the regular city league rules. Can you outline what some of those differences are?
I'd be happy to, Doug. Number one, we have like a 55 minute time limit, and each half inning, the maximum runs that can be scored are 5. So either 1 out, no outs. Once you get 5 runs, that half inning ends. We have 2 bases at first base, and 1 base for the fielder, 1 base for the runner. And the play at home plate, we have a scoring line outside of home plate, so there's no tags at home.
So it's a safety issue.
Safety issue, certainly. One of our number 1 goals is don't get hurt.
Okay.
Because a number of us still have jobs we need to go to the next day.
I understand.
Although a number of them are retired. And another rule, the last inning is called the buffet inning. Each team gets to score as many runs as possible. Okay. I see one of our original guys. Hey, Phil. This is Phil Hightower. He's been playing. You've been playing since 2011, haven't you?
What about first year was?
Yeah, 2011, and he lives from out of town, and he can express his experience.
Well, so you're actually from out of town. What motivates people from out of town to travel into Amarillo to play this game?
I love to play softball. I've played softball every summer for years and years until my boys got into high school athletics, and then I followed them around. But then when Gary started this league, well, I was very interested. I grew up in New Mexico. They played a lot of fast pitch over there, so when I came over to Texas, the slow pitch,
right,
a little bit different, but man, it is fun. I really enjoy it.
And you live in?
I live in Sunray.
Sunray.
Oh,
I drive
well, that's
Sunray.
not too terribly far away.
No, sir. A little over an hour's drive.
Yeah. Okay. And has there been any physical difficulties you've had so far in trying to maintain your exuberance and be a good player?
No, sir.
And overtaxing yourself too much.
I've had no injuries, so I've been pretty lucky. And in this league, normally injuries are pull muscles, but if you don't try to go too fast, the mind sometimes thinks you can still do it, but the body says, slow down a little bit.
I'm already there. What is your normal occupation? I presume you're probably retired.
Yeah, well, I was. I taught school. I was a coach.
Okay.
And I taught history and economics at the high school level. I retired 8 years ago this past summer, but then a year ago this past spring, they came to me and asked me to come back and start the woodworking program going again. So I'm employed at the school
multi-talented,
again.
multi-skilled.
I don't know how talented, but it was fun, and so I'm back at work. And
what sports did you coach, by the way?
I was the head girls basketball coach at Sunray for 13 years, but I also was assistant in football and then coached track and some golf, a little bit of everything.
I see.
Sunray's small school, so.
Do you sometimes want to act like a coach out here, tell people how to do their jobs a little bit better?
No, I don't. I just try to take care of myself,
Okay.
do the best I can.
All right, and do you play a permanent position? You kind of float around?
Yeah, I started back in the day, 2011. Played a lot of shortstop and third base, but as I got a little older, well, I'm the pitcher now.
Okay.
I pitch.
He's a great pitcher.
Excellent. Okay.
Fine,
do you have people
pitcher.
to practice with in Sunray at all?
No,
Okay.
I have nobody to practice with. They do have some Saturday practices here. I make one once in a while.
Okay.
And especially before the season starts, I'll come into 2 or 3 practices and try to get the eye back.
All right. So you were on the very first meetings to put this thing together.
Yes.
All right.
I saw a little article in the paper where Gary was having a meeting, home plate diner, I believe it was, and that was the first meeting where everybody met.
All right. And what's your reaction now that it is actually grown to the size it has?
Oh, it's great. I'm so excited about it. We started with 5 teams that first year, and we're up to 13 now. There's lots of old guys like to play softball.
All right.
We've grown enough now. We have this whole complex on Tuesday nights
Out at John Stiff Park.
for the Senior League. Yes,
All
sir.
All right. Do you have
Yeah,
any
baby.
Recommendations for people who might see this video in Amarillo who
Yes,
think, hey, that would be something I
if
would
you're
like to do, but
interested-
I haven't played softball in years?
If you're interested, please come out Tuesday nights. We play through about the mid of September, and we do have a website, Amarillo Senior Softball.com or Amarillo Senior Softball Club.
Okay.
A lot of information is on there. And then when we start up the new league back in 19, they can register February or March, April, pay their fee, and then they can play all year. Every player that signs up and pays is on a team. Everybody.
Excellent.
Yes. Nobody gets rejected
All right.
or
Excellent.
turned away. So we are all inclusive.
Wonderful. And I didn't ask you what you do in your normal life.
My real life, I'm still a practicing dentist.
All right.
So I'm still out there doing general dentistry. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are you too amazed at the popularity?
I'm
of this
pleasantly
as well?
pleased, but baseball and softball has always been pretty popular here in the Panhandle. And then as the league matures, there's more younger guys coming up now.
Yeah.
And there's each year we lose a few, but we always gain more.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the beauty of it. It's just year after year. It's set in motion. It's established. We have a great board of directors and president that it's pretty much self-sufficient now.